Hey everyone, welcome to
Resident Evil Revelations.
oh yeah baby. So Resident Evil Revelations, as I said in the finale of my Resident Evil 4 video, I'd be playing this before we went straight into Resident Evil 5 because this game takes place before 5 and its ending takes place right before 5. Like, it's literally like a couple minutes before 5's beginning with a little prequel mission. That, and I just want to play this game because it could be my favorite Resident Evil game. I mean, I do have a hard time deciding, but there are a lot of factors that make me like this game. One is simple nostalgia. You can't really beat nostalgia. Well, you can, but it's really, really, really hard. So, yeah, this was the one and only Resident Evil game I played as a kid. I was about 10 when this game came out. I was probably a little too young, because I was a bit of the scaredy cat when I was a kid, because I had nightmares about this game, man. Like, I had plenty of sleepless nights, and sometimes I'd sleep with the light on, not a night light, but like the main light on the ceiling. I would just have that light on because I was so scared. But I'm an adult now. I'm a man, so I'm not gonna get scared. I mean, I may get a little scared, but it'll be in a fun way, not in a nightmare-y way. But another thing I like about this game is that it has all of my favorite Resident Evil characters. I mean, you got my man's Chris Redfield, looking buff and cool. You got Jill. She's Jill. I like Jill. I've said before, she's my favorite Resident Evil lady, and there's quite a few of them, so that's an impressive title. And then, as in a bonus, only in raid mode, you got Hunk. He doesn't appear in the story at all. He's just a fun bonus character, but he's still in the game, and it's fun because like I said in my Resident Evil 2 video of the 4th Survivor, I really like Hunk. He's like my second favorite character. Chris is numero uno, and then Jill is 3. That's, I guess, my list. But I really like this game. Another thing I really like about this game is the soundtrack. I mean, you can hear it right now, but I really love the soundtrack to this game. There are parts of it that's very beautiful. There are parts of it that are like really action-packed and intense, and it fits with the multiple themes of the game. Because another thing I really like about this game is that it has it does what Resident Evil 6 tried to do, in the sense that it gives you a survival horror experience and almost separately an action horror experience at the same time. It doesn't have multiple campaigns, but you play as different characters throughout the main campaign. And so when you're playing as Jill throughout most of her missions, it's a slower paced, very survival horror style. You got limited ammo, real tough zombies or whatever. I think the things in this game, they're called oozes, not technically zombies, but they're basically zombies, but watery, so I'll just call them zombies. But then, like, when you're playing as other characters in different missions, it's a whole other thing. You're given quite a bit more ammo, but you're surrounded by hordes of tons of ferocious enemies that will just surround you and kill you very quickly if you're not careful. So, yeah, I really like that about this game, because it's like you get survival horror and action horror at the same time. Not at the same time, but like in the same game. But yeah, now originally I was gonna go with Infernal, but I tried it out, and it kind of wasn't fun because it took like a million shots to take out one zombie, and that doesn't really make for good content because it took like 5 minutes for one guy, and that's not particularly fun either. So I'll just go normal because, I mean, I'm not gonna go casual. Are you kidding me? So, let's just get into it. But yeah, this is another one of Jill's games. She is the star of this game, which is cool. That's one of the reasons I played as Chris in Resident Evil 1, because it's like, if I play as him in 1, then I'll play as him again in 5, so that's 2 games with Chris. And so with Jill, she gets 3 in this game, so it's like 2 for both of them. It's fair. Fair and balanced. But yeah, there she is.
Hey, Jill.
And there's Pierre, my new partner, Parker partner. And the soundtrack coming in.
Incredible.
The Queen Zenobia. This thing is lucky to be afloat.
Take us around. Let's find a boarding point.
I mean, listen to it. I love the soundtrack of this game. I need to look up the composer so I know who did it, so I can be like, hey, you're good at your job. Yeah, this is definitely my favorite Resident Evil soundtrack. Because, like, again, when it's horror, it does it great. When it's action, it does it great. It's just great. This game is great. I like it.
It's been 94 minutes since Chris and Jessica dropped off the radar.
But the interpolation from their last known coordinates puts them
Right here on this ship.
So yeah, we gotta find Chris. I mean, I'm sure he's doing fine. But, Jill loves Chris, so, we gotta help him. And Chris loves Jill. It's like, it's a mutual love, but they understand that work is more important. Okay. I am a veteran to this kind of thing, alright? A little boat shaky's not gonna make me feel bad, alright? I'm not new to this. I'm a pro.
I might be able to shoot it off.
Shoot it? And waste a bullet? I don't think so. Aw. Epic pro tip for you there. You can use your knife.
a stench.
It's been abandoned for a while.
Yeah, this is rotting and disgusting. Hey there, buddy. How you doing? Not very good. So, an interesting thing about this game is that originally it came out on the Nintendo DS, or the 3DS, a little handheld system, but... Well,
I feel like something's here.
yeah, they remastered it for consoles and gave it, a few texture updates and stuff to make it look a bit better, and all that jazz.
Hey,
What was that?
I don't think we're alone.
I saw something. But, yeah, so when I first played this game, it was on the DS, and so after not playing it for a long time, and then having it, on my big TV screen, it was... Well, but having it on a way bigger screen and have it look better, it was definitely a fun experience playing through it again. This is my second time playing through it on the consoles. Blood.
There's blood coming from the ducts.
Oh no. It's arm. I've never seen a mutation like this. I don't think that's a mutation. I think this guy's just been stuck in quarantine. Okay, alright, that was a bad joke. I don't know, maybe it was a good joke. I don't know. One thing that I don't know if you guys have noticed, the camera is slowly moving around from side to side. Well, it's not just the camera, it's the whole ship. I really like that little bit of detail because it really helps immerse you and makes you feel like you're on a ship in the middle of the ocean. Because, well, actually, it's the Mediterranean Sea, but you get what I mean. Like, you know, you're not on stable ground, and I think that's just a very neat attention to, well, a little bit of attention to detail. All right. What? There's something in there. Oh man. Guy's getting spooked. I want to know what that mysterious white liquid is, because, you know, there are a few white liquids that I know of. There's milk, and another one that also comes from the human body that I won't say because this is a kid-friendly channel. Oh, it's just rats. Well, a kid-friendly channel. I say that when I'm playing an M-rated game. Does anybody really pay attention to those? I mean, I feel like all that happens is that parents will see their kids playing a violent game and be like, I can't believe you sold this to my child, even though they completely ignored the rating system or whatever. But, you know, this is not a discussion to complain about parents. This is to have fun with video game. Alright,
Parker, give me a hand here.
it's too
Sure,
heavy.
no problem.
I'm sure Chris can do that all by himself, but he's not here. Well, in this room anyway. That sound like night vision goggles, not whatever this thing is.
I got something.
It's a gun!
I think it's a gun.
Now what?
Give me a sec.
Ugh. Disgusting! Oh dear.
So, it's not Chris.
No, that arm is way too small. That's my butt. It's a good one. What? Huh? Oh no! I got this. Yeah! See, I told you I'm a badass.
This explains our missing crew.
This is not good.
No, not at all.
Where are you, Chris?
I'm sure he's fine. I mean, he's like, if he runs out of ammo, he can just punch the zombies. There's a title card. And that's episode 1. I'll try and stick to the automatic episode things, but this one, it'd be kind of short if I just ended it here, so I'll keep on going. Unless this is the start of episode 1, in which case, then I will go on no matter what.
This sunny and idyllic Mediterranean coast was the site of one of the world's greatest structures. It took a full 11 years to finish constructing the world's first aquapolis, the floating city of Terra Grigia.
What
A
about
sustainable
Atlantis?
metropolis operating on a massive solar energy matrix and equipped with the latest green technologies. Never
Good for the
before had
environment.
solar energy been used to supply power to an entire city. But in 2004, Veltro, a terrorist group opposing the city's development,
Oh, no.
launched a bioterrorist attack.
That's bad.
They not only released a virus, but
Oh.
also several creatures
Hunters.
known as bioorganic weapons, further complicating the situation. This launched one of the worst tragedies the world has ever seen. The FBC, The world's leading counter-bioterror organization, operating under the auspices of the U.S., was called in to direct efforts to contain the attack.
There's
The
Parker.
BSAA, a counter-bioterror NGO, which operates independently of the interests of any one country, went in as observers to assist the FBC. Realizing the need for immediate and decisive action, Supreme Local Headquarters issued the order to use the city's solar energy matrix on itself. Media outlets around the world began to refer to the incident as the Terra Grigia Panic.
Oh dear.
Following the incident, the FBC announced it has successfully disbanded the terrorist group called Veltro. It is now 2005, and a sense of calm and security is finally returning to the people. But, as you can see, the lost city of Terra Grigia remains inaccessible, a silent and potent symbol of the threat that bioterror poses for people around the world.
I like that little plot point because it actually shows like bioterrorism in action. Because, you know, that's the whole plot of Resident Evil, is that, you know, the characters
There you two are.
fight
O'Brien,
against
you don't normally join the fray.
bioterrorism.
Well, my doctor told me I need exercise. I assume you both know that the FBC has cordoned off the entire area. However, in the past few weeks, a number of mysterious carcasses have washed up.
I guess the FBC couldn't cover up a mess this big, huh?
Anyone who knows what happened here is gonna put two and two together.
And that's why I've sent the BSAA in to investigate. Did you pick up your new equipment from Quint?
The, Genesis, something. Is that its name?
You didn't bother to read the manual, did you?
No, I brought it with me, just in case.
I hope you read quickly, because you're gonna need it on your mission.
Parker, come on.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Alright. Alright, I've read the manual. I know what to do.
Ah, look at this mess. Oh, they're rotted to hell.
Yuck. Alright, so we got this thing. Does that.
The Genesis requires a decent sample size to get an accurate reading. Scan the carcasses on the beach and send me your data.
What if I scan you?
Have a look at this.
What's the reading say? That I'm one sexy mofo, right?
Yeah, sure. Alright.
I'm getting something from inside it.
Metal detected. Metal.
Careful now.
Metal gear.
Don't worry, I've done this before.
Ugh, meat sounds.
I've got something.
Looks like a virus sample.
What is this? If it's an engineered mutation, this could prove a link.
I'll run some tests on this. Continue with the investigation.
Alright. You know, I'm gonna say it, but Jill looks pretty good in those jeans. All right, I'm just saying it. I know we're all thinking it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Ah.
It moved!
It's alive.
I kind of figured that. Don't worry, we're on it.
But if you haven't noticed, in this game, you can actually move around while you aim and shoot. Also while reloading.
These must be a cakewalk.
Oh, you
I
know it.
suppose. So why'd you quit the FBC for this outfit?
I wanted to be more involved. I wanted to fight.
I see you two are okay.
Of course we are.
Continue with the investigation, but proceed with extreme caution.
I mean, like he said, this is a cakewalk. But I mean, yeah, I can actually move around with my gun. And I think this is one of the first Resident Evil games to do that. I don't know if it was this one or 6. I don't know which one came first, but I know it's one of the two. But, I mean, yeah, it's very nice to be able to move around with your weapon. I mean, who would have thought you can use your arms and your legs at the same time? What? It's crazy. Alright, so we gotta scan the meat. You know. Normally I like meat, but this is like rotted, disgusting meat. See that? That was disgusting.
The smell must have ruptured from gas.
Christ, what a mess.
You know, this is not the type of meat I like.
We need more samples to run an analysis. Give me a few more.
You know, I like, you know, steak, beef. You know, that's how you make steak. Chicken. You know, meat. I'm sure you guys know most meat.
To run a complete analysis. Gather some more samples from the carcasses on the beach.
Alright. There's another type of meat that you don't grab, or you don't eat. You do grab it. I'll leave it to you to figure out what kind of meat that is. But you know, grab meat. You grab it. Maybe give it a little squish. Maybe a little pat. I don't know where I'm going with this. But you know, meat. I'm missing one. But yeah, this is not good meat. This is gross. It's like, it's rotting and pale and bloated. Oh, there it is. Right? Yeah. Oh, okay, I need one more. Did I get that one? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. There we go. Alright.
I've collected enough samples.
Hey, boss.
Good. Get them to me ASAP.
I'm right in front
There
of you.
you are. Nice work.
No doubt about it. These corpses show signs of viral infection.
And I bet it's no coincidence they came through the FBC's blockade.
Well, we did all we can. Now, we wait for the results to come back from HQ. Huh? It's the emergency line. Yeah, it's me. Uh-huh. What?
Huh?
Yes, that's fine. I'll take it from here.
What's going on?
We'll have to speed things up. Starting now. Uh-huh. Good. Get to it. Jill, Parker, you two are still on the case.
What happened?
We lost contact with Chris and Jessica.
Chris?
Where? How?
We're not certain. I've sent their last known coordinates to your terminals.
Not
The
Chris.
signal was lost over the ocean. I thought they were in the mountains chasing Feltro. But judging from their position, they must be...
On a ship. I'll go back to HQ. Take charge of the search and rescue. You two will be my eyes out there.
Yes, sir.
We gotta get Chris. He could be in danger. Ah, who am I kidding? He's fine. Chris is fine. I mean, this Jessica woman, I don't know, but Chris is fine. Next. So we'll just keep on going, I guess. Back to the Queen Zenobia.
Think these things got to Chris and Jessica?
Nah,
I hope not.
this is
Hey.
fine.
No one's saying Chris is dead.
All right, then let's find him already.
What was that? Sound like a door unlocking.
You hear that? Was that the lock?
I'll check it out.
I don't think.
I'll see what I can find here.
I don't
Copy
think
that.
one of
I'll
those
radio
things.
you if I pick up Chris's trail.
I don't think one of those could open a door. I
This
mean,
thing has a lot of similarities to the corpses on the beach.
but yeah, this is the main monster of these games. I do think it's a pretty interesting design because, you know, it's like super pale and like just really disgusting. It's definitely more interesting than a regular zombie, which has been done a million times. But yeah, now I'm alone. And you immediately feel worse when you're alone. Like, as soon as there's not someone there with you, it's like, oh.
Chris! Chris!
Look at how buff that guy is. That's gotta be Chris.
Come on, say something!
Maybe I can kick the door
I found
down.
Chris, but he's trapped in there.
Can you get him out?
No, it's a tough lock. I need the key.
Okay, then let's find it.
As always, whenever someone talks through a radio, it comes through the controller as well. That'll never not weird me out. I never expect that. Alright, man. I love the atmosphere of this entire place. You know, like the ship, you can hear it creaking, and like the lights are moving around. Like, it really just gets you into it, man. And now I'm alone. But hey, I'm a strong, independent woman, and I don't need no man, alright? Except Chris, but you know, I don't need Chris. I just really like Chris. And he really likes me. It's a... Okay, maybe I do need Chris. It's Chris when you need him. I want him to punch the zombies for me. What? Alright. If he can't punch the zombies, I'll kick him. Alright, so, you want to scan them because, you get herbs if you get that to 100%. And also, you always want to have this out because there are things you can find, like, ammo and other useful items. I do kind of like this mechanic because it means you can't just aimlessly search for things. If you, excuse me, if you really want to get everything, you gotta really keep an eye out. All right. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine, guys. I mean, I'm an ex-agent of STARS. Because they were disbanded because most of them died, except for like 4 people. It's locked. And there's an anchor mark. Okay. It's also locked. Uh-oh. That sounded like a person. Oh no. Oh. No. I'll save you! Oh. I think it's too late for that.
Jill, what's going on?
found a
Yeah.
survivor. The BOW's got her, though.
Who was she?
I'm still trying to piece that together.
Hello? Huh. I wonder if Jill is jealous of, you know. Yeah, I don't think Jill's that petty.
Parker, I couldn't find anything out on the woman, but I did find a key.
I mean,
Let's try it out. I'll meet you in the Chris's room. See you there.
look at those. I mean, man, I wish I could have saved her for 2 reasons. Figure out the reasons. I'll give you a hint. They're pretty close. Oh no. Another one. I'll scan him. So, like most Resident Evil games, after 4, if you shoot them in certain weak spots, you can stun them and then, you know, hit them. They changed it up a bit compared to the previous game, because now it's like, you know, you do a big charge attack, whereas in previous games, you know, it was like a quick little one. Alright, got another herb. I'm doing pretty well so far. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to do it on hard, but like I said, it just took so much to take out one guy. It wasn't even really fun. I'm sure it'd be more fun if I did it on like New Game Plus, but you know, I want to do it standard. There's a cold draft coming from outside. Yeah, it does look pretty cold out there. Whoa! You don't scare me. Yeah. I don't mind the charge attacks. I mean, there's always something very satisfying about like a charge attack where you just hold it and it's like, okay. It's really hard to get headshots on these guys because they really move around all wonky like most zombies. But I will try. See? Maybe it's not that hard. Alright. I mean, like I said, I'm an experienced woman. I've had my fair share of tragedies that I've fought through. And incidents. I'm just gonna reload, because, you know...
Jill.
Oh, you scared
Come
me a
on,
little.
we gotta help Chris.
Alright. Chris! Chris! I'll save
Chris!
you! Chris, please!
Chris?
Chris, you... What? It's a mannequin!
What is this?
They even got Chris's pants.
Oh, great.
It was Latin, I think.
Shit! It's a trap!
It's a trap! That's a trap! Now who is this? Huh?
It's time you learned the truth, Miss Valentine.
You know who I am? My reputation precedes me. Alright. That's the end of the episode. And so it's also the end of the episode. The way this game works is that it has like an episodic system. Because I guess what they were going for is that since it was originally on the DS, you know, you like you play through an episode just on the go in the car or whatever, and then maybe you'll come back to it later. I never did that. I just played through the whole game because of course I did. But especially as like a console game, it is a little funny, but I think it will help with this the playthrough, because it's really easy to end and start an episode because there are literal episodes built into it. So yeah, that'll do it for this episode. New game, new adventure. Jill's back at it. I really like this game. I do think it's one of the most underrated Resident Evil games because it doesn't really get brought up a whole lot, and I do think it is pretty darn good. And I'm just here to have fun. I know some people are like, well, it's not as good as blah 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 or whatever. I mean, I don't care. If I like a game, then I like the game. I mean, I know that's kind of stupid sounding, but I'm having a hard time explaining what I'm thinking here. I have like a perfect analysis in my head, and then I cannot think of anything to properly convey it. But yeah, I like this game, so that'll be the end of the episode. Hope you guys had a lot of fun. I did too, and I'll see you next time.